So how is everyone? I hope you are all well. Thought I would do one of these videos, the phone ones where I don't have to worry about all this shit. Just really to address some things. What I didn't really want to put on the main channel, only because people moan, don't they? People moan. They don't like hearing the truth. But look, some of you will know I covered the Michael Vaughn case over on the other channel for some time. And God, I caught some slack. Caught some flack. Because people didn't like some of the things that I was saying. And I just want to, how can I put this? I just want to sort of set the record straight of where I'm coming from with regards to cases like the Michael Vaughn case. Because people say it's all about victim blame and all that shit. Do you know what I mean? They're like, oh, you can't say things like that. You know, these are parents that are going through pain and stuff like this. But this is the way I look at it. I look at the fact that if you are a parent and you have a kid, they are your responsibility. Whether you like it or not, your life is no longer the same. You can't do the things that you did before before you had children. It's just it. It's just the way it is. If you don't like it, don't have children. You know, if you're watching this and you're kind of on the fence and you think that you're going to be able to do the things before that you did, it's just not going to happen. You know, me and my partner, we hardly ever get any free time whatsoever. But that's the sacrifice you make when you have children. And you have to have eyes in the back of your fucking head. That's just the way it is. Kids can disappear in a split second. They only take a split second. And people use that as an excuse to try and say, look, this wasn't these parents' fault. They could do everything, and kids could run off. They could do stuff. And I get that. And I could get it if someone said, look, everything was done to stop Michael Vaughn going missing. Everything was done. Every single thing that could have been done was done. But that isn't the case. Michael Vaughn, it was said, had wandered off. He'd wandered about. He'd been talking to Natty, going around neighbours' houses, so on and so forth. Now, I'm not going to get into the intricacies of it, but I'm just going to the bare bones of it, and that is that you've got a little boy who's 5 years old who is his parents' responsibility 100% of the time. Absolutely 100% of the time. No getting away from that. That's it. And they know that he's a flight risk. And by flight risk, I mean they know that given an inch, he'll take a mile. He will get out of the house. He will walk out down the street. So what do you do? What do you, as parents, as the responsible people in this child's life, what do? You put in steps, you put in measures to make sure that's not going to happen. So if someone shot a warning shot over the bow, what do? You take action to prevent things from happening. And in my eyes, it didn't happen in this case. And that's best case scenario. Best case scenario is that Michael Vaughn was a flight risk. He took off. He walks off down the road and something happens to him. Whether it's an accident, whether he's abducted, whether there's nefarious people about, they grab him. And like I say, I'm not going to get into the intricacies of all the different variations that there are. But what I am going to say is Michael Vaughn initially was let down by his parents. And people might not want to hear it. They might think, oh, you're an asshole because you're saying it. You shouldn't say it. These parents have gone through enough. Everything they're going through because they didn't do what needed to be done to keep their child safe. That's as simple as that. You might not like hearing about it, but I also don't like being threatened. I don't like being this, that and the other. Do you know what I mean? The stocks and all this crap that goes with being an online content creator, but I take it on the chin because I'm on it. And I talk about the things I talk about, and there's going to be a certain amount of backlash from it. But if you don't want me to talk about you in a derogatory fashion, then don't do something that enables me to do so. Because it's not right, it's not good enough. And it isn't just the Vaughn and Neil family, it isn't just that family, it's the multitude of families who have children and their children come to harm because of the failings of the parents. And all of a sudden it's taboo, you can't go anywhere near the parents to pull them up on their failings. But how are things going to get better for the child? How is things going to get better for the countless children in the future that are going to succumb to the same issues? Because it seems that nothing can be done, nothing will be done. And there's so many people protecting it and saying you can't say anything about it. I want the world to be a better place. And I especially want the world to be a better place for children. And as they grow up and they're taught and ingrained good morals and about having children, what having a child represents. And it isn't currently happening. And with all these people who are protecting people who do something wrong, or they don't do anything at all, and just leave it and let it ride out, that's not promoting a better future. And it's certainly not promoting a safe future for children. We don't live in the same world we did in the 70s and 80s where we could walk off down the street and do stuff. This world has teeth. And if you don't get your fucking ducks in a row, it's going to bite you. Well, I say bite you, it's going to bite your children. Obviously, that's all right. Let me know down below. What's your take on it? Am I wrong for raising it? Or does it need to be raised? Do people need to be made aware of it? Do people need to be held accountable? See you all next time.